Hi everyone, it's Nicole with Nikki. Thank you for tuning into my channel. It is Tuesday. And today we're going to talk all about brows. As you can see, my face is done, but my brows are not. So I'm going to show you how to do Anastasia dip brow pomade on this brow and an eye pencil on this brow. So you'll know how to use both. But first, I'm so excited. I have to invite all of you to my foundation line product launch party this Friday, December the 8th from 6 to 9 p.m. at Forestville Mall, 3393 Donnell Drive in District Heights, Maryland. I am so excited. Fellas, don't think we're discriminating against you. This is not just for women. You can come and network and pick out a foundation color for that special lady in your life, whether it be your mom, your lady, your wife. Just come. We'll help you. Us ladies will help you pick out a color. Did my ring just kind of fly off? Yeah, it did. Whatever. But anyway, so please come out. Ladies, I'm looking forward to seeing you there. The colors are going to range anywhere from a really fair skin to a deep, dark, rich chocolate skin tone. So I'm looking to see you there. You won't be disappointed. Again, that's Friday, December the 8th at Forestville Mall in District Heights, Maryland, 3393 Donnell Drive at DeMarco Solar Clothing. Okay. Now that I did my shameless plug, we can get started. Let's see. Hold on. Let me pull you in closer so you can. Hold on. Is that close enough? Hold on. Let's do this a little closer. Okay. Yeah, that's better. Okay. So again, I'm going to start on this brow. And I'm going to use the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade in the color Chocolate. Is it upside down? Yeah. And I'm going to use my Ardell pencil, my Ardell brush. It has a spoolie on one end and an angle brush on the other end. You can get this at Sephora, but you can get this anywhere at any beauty supply. And on this brow, I'm going to be using my MAC brow pencil in the color Spiked. So, okay, let's get started. What I like to do is, because it is a pomade, it's like a gel, I just kind of dip both sides of my brush in this. And I use the back of my hand to kind of place a little bit of product. You can use the top if you want. I do that sometimes too, the top of the pomade. But today I'm going to use the back of my hand. And I'm going to make sure I get a good amount of product on both sides of the brush. And then I brush my brow up without my hair in the way. And first I just kind of go over the top. I don't do the bottom first, but you can start wherever you want. So just make sure they're brushed and all even. And I don't start at the very base of my brow. I start like a little bit further back. And I just kind of carve out my brows to the shape that I want. And I just pull the product, get a little bit more in the back of my hand. And I just pull the product down up to my angle at 45 degrees, and then I just pull it out and down a little bit, like that. So it kind of shapes it. And then I kind of fill in the top. Then I get a little bit more product on the bottom, on the brush so I can do the bottom. There, at the bottom, I kind of start at the base of my brow. So I just lightly, with a light hand, I just start carving out my brow. And because my brow it was sparse in that area, right around here, I don't really have any hairs that grow there. I have to make sure that I place product there. That's really important, so that I don't have any patchy areas in my brow. And then I just kind of pull it in, and then I just fill in the product, fill in the rest of my brow with the product that's already on the brush. I don't really go back into my product. I pull it down at the base of my brow where I put it initially, the product initially, and I just kind of stroke it up. Flick the brush up like that. Sometimes I'll turn it this way, and then because I want it to mimic natural hairs in the beginning, in the base of my brow. So I'll pull it up like that. And what I like using a pomade, because with the pomade, I don't really have to go over the top of my brow because it's already shaped with concealer or foundation. It's already pretty much got a good shape there, so I don't have to do that, which I like, which saves me time. And again, I'm just making sure I fill in my brow all the way, pulling that product again from the base of the brow upwards, because I want it to mimic natural hairs. And I'm just pulling it up, feathering it in like that. And then I'll brush it in, brush all the product in. and I brush all the way through my brow. I know you may not think that the product is getting through your brow when you brush it, but it is. It is. It's being evenly distributed throughout your whole brow. So that's how I do that one. Is that good? Okay. And you can use more product or less. It's up to you. Brows are all about personal preference. So that's that one. Now on this side, I'm going to use my MAC brow pencil, and I'm going to make sure I brush the hairs up on this brow. And when I use a pencil, I always have to set it with a powder, because when I use a pencil, because it's so creamy, it moves. So I got to make sure I set my pencil always with a powder. And I'm just mimicking natural hairs in the front of my brow with the fine tip of the brush. So it looks like that one. So they look like sisters. Your brows are sisters and they're twins, so no two brows are alike. They're never going to look alike, because that's just not how they grow. And again, I'm just carving out my brow. And I start at the bottom when I do this brow. I don't start at the top. Now I'm going over top of the brow. Again, not starting at the base of my brow. I'm just starting a little bit further back than that. And I'm just doing the shape. I'm carving it out. Again, I'm doing the arch at 45 degree at a 45 degree angle. This one's a little thicker than the other one, but we're going to clean that up with concealer, so it's fine. And I make sure I just fill it in. And you know, take your time, because you want to make sure it's evenly distributed. You know, and don't worry about if things go left a little bit, like this one doesn't look like this one, because again, I'm going to clean it up. So keep on filling in your brow like that. And I take my brush with the spoolie and I comb the product through. So as you can see, this one is already shaped up top, so I don't really go up top with the concealer. So now I'm going to show you how to carve them out with the concealer. And I'm using my MAC Studio Fix concealer in NW30. This is my ride or die right here. I mean, I need a new one. The top is broken off and everything, but I love it. And then to carve them out, I'm using my MAC 212 flat definer brush. And I dip a little bit of the product in there like that on both sides. And place it on the back of my hand, because I don't want an excessive amount of product on there. And then I carve out my brows like so. I used to be so intimidated to use this brush. I think I mentioned that before, because this brush is so flat that I'm like, okay, I said to myself, I'll never be able to use that. And I'm just pulling down the concealer a little bit so everything looks nice and even. And now I'm going to go up top. Normally I go up top with my foundation color, or a color that's really close to my skin tone, so that you don't have that halo brow, that it looks really bright up here. You can kind of see the brightness, but I don't have my foundation in front of me, so I'm going to have to use this. And I just carve out my brow. It's so hard to do it on this side. Like this brow, one brow is always easier to do than the other. This is my hard brow. And is that straight? No, but close enough. No. Who am I fooling? That's not straight. But you see how it's a little lighter up there than it should be? That's why it's always good to use your foundation or concealer that's close to your skin tone. Let's see, can we clean that up? Yeah. And then I pull the product away from my brow. And I blend it out with my finger. And that is it for that one. Even though it's not 100% straight, that is okay. So, but do you see the difference? How this one has that halo and that one doesn't? And I never bring it all the way to the front of my brow, because I don't want people to see that harsh line right there. And that is it for my brow routine. Oh, I didn't even clean up that side. Well, let me see. Take a little bit more concealer. And I'm just carving this side out. Like that, and pulling the product down so I can blend it out with my finger like that. So that is it for my brow routine. Have a blessed week. Thank you for tuning in, and God loves you, and I do too. Mwah.